Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to all my dear students. Class 11 Accountancy. Students, we have started cash book, new chapter. In that we have discussed that the transactions which are cash transactions which related to cash directly, the cash has been paid at the time of transaction immediately, it is known as cash transaction. And all cash transactions will be recorded in cash book. Irrespective of the fact whether the transaction in that goods is there or asset is there, doesn't make any difference. The only condition is that there should be a cash transaction. Now students, one small sum we have discussed in last lecture of accountancy, cash book. A simple cash book we have seen. Now today we are going to discuss two columnar. Now two columnar means what, students? That in that one column of cash will be there, one column of bank will be there, or it may be one column of cash will be there and one column of discount will be there. So today we are going to discuss about cash and bank column, two column now. Students, first of all, before doing the sum, we have to discuss very simple, very easy and a small topic which is related to this sum, that is contra entry. Excuse me, students. Okay, now students, contra entry. Now what is the actual meaning of contra entry? Now contra entry means that there are some transactions in the business which has two effects. Now in cash book you people have an idea that receipt side is there and payment side is there. Receipt side all the incomes are recorded and payment side all the expenses or payment given to third party, other parties other than business will be recorded. So just for knowledge purpose I am writing here. Suppose this is not a cash book, this is not a format of cash book, but just for knowledge and for example, for guidance purpose I am doing this. Receipt side is there, amount rupees as we are normally writing, and payment side is there and then amount rupees is there. Students, I again say this is not a format is little different. Date column will be there, ledger folio will be there, but that I am not doing right now. Now receipt side amount, payment side amount. Receipt side all the incomes of business will be recorded and payment side all the expenses or the amount which has been gone out of the business will be recorded. Now students, there are some transactions which comes on receipt side also, payment side also. Same transaction, one transaction is there which is recorded on receipt side also as well as on payment side, both the side. You may say, sir, how is it possible? One coin has two sides, either head or tail can be possible at one time. So here receipt also there, payment also there, one transaction, how it is possible? So students, just listen carefully that when transactions are done with the bank, any transaction which is done with the bank for business purpose, that is affected both the side. Example, I have given or I have deposited 1000 in the bank. I repeat again, I have deposited 1000 in the bank. So students, if you think business point of view, then I am using the word business point of view, then from here, from our business, cash will go. So it will come on payment side, cash will go. Cash will go. But where the cash will go? In the bank. Cash will go in the bank. So in the bank the cash will go. Suppose students, we are having two columns. Cash column is also there and this is, take it like a bank column. Here also I am doing same. Cash column is there and bank column is there. So payment side, what I will do? My payment means my cash will go in the bank. So I have used the word bank. And where what the going in the bank, kya ja raha hai? Bank mein cash. So 1000 I will write down, payment side. My 1000 rupees has gone in the bank. So this is payment side, okay, in the bank. Now here, students, from our business 1000 has gone and in the bank 1000 has been deposited. So it is not my actual expense because in the bank my bank balance will increase. Students, you take please in a proper way. From the business, the money is going out of the business. So from business it will go. So payment. In the bank, my balance will increase because 1000 I have deposited in my account. So my bank balance will increase. It means that again my asset will increase. So money will come in my bank account. So I will write down cash that will come. Where the cash will come? Here in the bank. Students, same transaction, 1000 rupees. Cash came in the bank. Is it okay? And from payment side, my cash has gone in the bank. So this is what money has gone from my business. This is what money came in the bank. So this is same transaction, two side effect I have given. One in the bank column, one in the cash column. Now students, this both the side effect is known as contra entry. So contra entry is nothing but the transaction recorded on both the side of cash is known as contra entry. Students, I have mentioned here the transaction recorded on both the side of cash book is known as contra entry. जो ट्रांजैक्शन की इफेक्ट कैश बुक में दोनों साइड पे होती है, रिसीव साइड ऑल्सो एंड पेमेंट साइड ऑल्सो, सेम ट्रांजैक्शन, इट इज नोन एज कॉन्ट्रा एंट्री. या तो आप बैंक में पैसे डिपॉजिट करते हैं या बैंक में से पैसे विथड्रॉ करते हैं, दोनों ही सिचुएशन में दोनों साइड पे इफेक्ट देंगे हम, तो उसको हम कॉन्ट्रा एंट्री बोलते हैं. स्टूडेंट्स, प्लीज कॉपी दिस राइट नाउ, दिस वन द डेफिनेशन, एंड देन वी विल डिस्कस द स्मॉल सम. Students, I hope you have copied the question. Now we are doing the mixed definition we have done. You have written the definition. Now we are going to do the question. We are going to do the solution of the sum. And sum is not very difficult at all. Let me write the question here first. From the following information, prepare two column none, that is cash and bank, cash book in the books of A Limited. Anything you can take the name, कोई भी नाम चलेगा. The question is like this. Okay students, I hope you can read this right now. Extremely sorry for interruption. Students, from the following information, prepare two column cash and bank column cash book in the books of A Limited. Now suppose if the month is January, any month can be there, 2020 first day. Cash balance rupees 5,000. Bank balance rupees 3,000. Students, first transaction, cash balance 5,000, bank balance 3,000. Next transaction, students, deposited rupees 1,000 in the bank, that we have seen just before also, in the bank. Next transaction, students, purchase goods of rupees 8,000 from Tina at 10% trade discount and paid half the amount by cash and half by check. Students, the transaction second is, the third one, purchase goods of 8,000 from Tina at 10% trade discount and paid half the amount by cash and half by check. Next one, sold furniture of rupees 6,000 at 10% trade discount by cash. Next transaction, students, received commission of rupees 2,000 from Rajesh by check. The check is deposited in the bank. Students, this is only first sum, so I am taking only this much transaction right now. Cash balance 5,000, bank balance 3,000, first transaction. Second, deposited 1,000 in the bank. Third one, purchased goods of 8,000 from Tina at 10% trade discount and paid half the amount by cash and half by check. Next, 15th one, sold furniture of 6,000 at 10% trade discount by cash. And the last one, received commission of 2,000 from Rajesh by check, and the check is deposited in the bank. Students, my humble request to the students, copy the same question, but better I will do solution right now, then you can copy the whole question. Cash book. Now the columns will be like this. Obviously date will be the first, receipt side will be there, NF will be there, cash column will be there, bank column will be there, date will be there again, then payment side, NF will be there, and then cash and bank column. So two sides are there. This is debit side, date, receipt side we call it. Receipt means the income side, receipt, NF, cash rupees, bank rupees, date again, payment side, NF, cash rupees and bank rupees. This is credit side. So students, half the portion is debit side and half portion is credit side. Date receipt LF cash bank, or this is debit side, and date payment LF, and then cash and bank, this is credit side. So students, if we see the first transaction, but before that we write down January 2020 and first transaction, cash balance and bank balance, both the balances are given. It will come on debit side. I will write down here to balance brought down. Balance आगे लाए हैं पिछले साल का. 5,000 in cash and 3,000 in the bank. So cash I will write down 5,000 and 3,000 in the bank. Next transaction, students, deposited 1,000 in the bank. Second transaction. Now, as I discussed few minutes before, when you deposit the money in the bank, obviously cash will go from business, but it will be definitely deposited in the bank, so your bank balance will increase. So it's a contra entry, and remember students, when you deposit the money in the bank, contra entry will be like this. This side I will write down, debit side I will write down here, cash account, and in the column of bank I will write down how much you have deposited, 1,000. And on payment side also you have to write down, and here you have to write down bank account, and in the column of cash you will write down 1,000. So students, what it means, from the business the cash has gone, whereas in the bank the cash came, deposited. So to effect, now in the LF you have to put the C. C means contra on both the side. LF. So C means contra. Now next transaction, purchase goods of 8,000 from Tina at 10% trade discount. So 8,000, 10% trade discount, that is 800 minus, so it will be 7,200 rupees. Now further, paid half the amount by cash and half by check. So half of 7,200, that is 3,600, and 3,600 rupees will be there. So now I will write down, paid means that here the transaction number 10, and you have done purchase, so I will write down your purchase account. Half the amount you have paid, half means 3,600 by cash, and check also you gave to 3,600 in the bank, because check is related to bank. Now students, next transaction 15, sold furniture of 6,000 at 10% trade discount by cash. So furniture you are selling, means furniture will go but money will come. And last word here given by cash means it's a cash transaction. So money will come, so I will write down number 15 here. And it's not a goods, it's a furniture. So sales you cannot write, you will write down furniture account. Furniture account. And it will be, student, 6,000, 10%, 600 will be minus. So we will take 5,400 and cash will be there, because check word is more. So 5,400 in the cash, furniture 15. Last one, 20. Received commission of 2,000 from Rajesh by check, and the check is deposited in the bank. Now students, listen carefully. When someone gives you the check, and same check on same day, same transaction, if you deposit in the bank, then contra entry will not be there, because it will not directly affect your cash. Yes, if someone has given you a check, and on next day or after few days if you deposit in the bank, it is a contra entry. But right now on the same day if you deposit in the bank, it's not a contra entry. So directly you have received the check, and check you have received from commission, you have received from Rajesh, so it's commission account, not Rajesh account, but commission account will be there. Commission account, and the check already deposited in the bank, so 2,000 I will mention in the bank account. So students, this is the end of this question. Now we have to do the total. Total is very easy. First cash, if you see here, this side 10,400 is there. Whichever is higher, you have to write both the side. So 10,400 on both the side. Now here only 4,600 is there, so I think 5,800 will be the balance. So I will write down here by balance C. Students, we have here credit side you have to put the by, and here it will come to who is already. Now by balance CD 5,800, that is a deficit of this side. Now bank you see 3,144 and 6,000 here, and this side total looks more. So 6,000 I will write down there both the side. Now here 2,600 is there, so 2,400 will be the balance. So this is what balance CD is, 5,800 in the cash and 2,400 in the bank. So this is what question is there in front of you students. My humble request to you, read the question carefully and then try to do the solution. The sum is not that difficult at all. The next few sums we'll see in the next lecture. Thank you very much.